Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Monday View, and today's pencils that we're viewing and we're using this week is the Faber Castell EcoSoft Supersoft pencils. They are a black barrel pencil and they are created for the Brazilian market. These are made in Brazil, and you can find them available on Amazon every once in a while in the 100 set. Typically, they're available in the US in the 50 set at the max. They are not the same as the Faber Castell Black series. That series is a triangular pencil, where these are a round pencil. Let's take a look at the pencils first of all. So as you can see, I love the fact that they are in white, so you can see the name and the number. So there is no color name on the pencil. There is a colored dip and a color number on each of the pencils. So you will find that you do have a way of putting them in order and swatching them so that you can find what color pencil you want. So as I talk, I'll go through the color chart that I have created, and I may go through and recreate this because it's in rainbow order and it kind of bugs me a little bit. But so we've got our white tones into our pinks, into our reds, into our oranges, our yellows, into our greens, our C colors here, so our green blues, into our blues, into our purples, and then into our red purples. This one here should be up here. And then into our skin tones. So these are all the different colors that I would use for skin tones. And then into our browns, our grays, and our fluorescents. This is an extra set that I was brought from Brazil that have more of the skin tones. The entire set was called the skin tone set. So there's also these ones here that aren't actually a part of the original 100s. So in actuality, I have about 105 or 106 different pencils. So I have already done all of the fun stuff for these pencils. I will color the butterfly and something else, but we also have Art Matters to color in today as well, because of course Neil Gaiman created a book called Art Matters, because your imagination can change the world. This is illustrated by Chris Riddell, and if you remember 2020, I did 100 days of hugs, and those hugs were drawn by Chris Riddell. So when I received this book, I decided that last year I would color the entire book every Monday. So I'm going to continue that this year until the book is completed. So every Monday I will be coloring in that with every new set of pencils. All right, so let us begin here. So I want to color the butterfly, just to show you that you can get some really nice blends. So I already have the yellow, the orange, and the red already out, and these are the colors that I will use on the butterfly. So typically I start with the red, and because this is a grayscale, I typically start with the darker areas first so that I don't lose that. Oh, I guess I should put you on the close-up camera so you can actually see what I'm doing. So I don't lose that definition. Now, if you don't mind if you mind the colors washing out your darker color, then start from your light color to your darkest color. With certain grayscales, depending upon how I want the colors to look, I will start from dark to light, and if I do mind the darker color being washed out, I will go from light to dark. Usually in that instance, it's a lighter grayscale where I'm not going to lose that definition. All right. So there we have our red. Now we're going to go in with our orange. And as you can see, going over top of the red with the orange gives us a nice red-orange. These pencils do blend really nicely together, and they do color beautifully. They are one of my favorite sets of pencils. I don't use them a whole lot because I don't want them to disappear, but I do enjoy them. So I'm just putting in that orange. I'm leaving some areas for yellow. This is not a very bright orange. I didn't grab the brightest orange, but that's okay. As you can see, with blending it with the red, I'm getting a bit of a brighter orange. And then the yellow. So I'm just going over the areas that I haven't colored already with the yellow and just touching into that orange and blending it in. Now if I had used a darker orange, I would blend right over top of this entire thing with the yellow to lighten that orange or brighten that orange up a bit. But because I used a lighter orange, I don't need to do that. All right, and there we have our butterfly. Now if I wanted to, and I wanted that a little bit darker, say I want that a little bit darker through here, just very lightly blend your darker color back in. Now you don't have to press hard on these pencils at all. The pencil does the work. It's awesome. Like so. And there we have it. Now for his body, let's use a bit of brown. The one thing that I do notice about this set is it doesn't have a lot of, it has a lot of really pale browns, but it doesn't have a whole lot of yellow browns. So the way that you can deal with that is you can put down your brown and just take a bit of yellow and blend it in. Like so. And there we have our butterfly. So that is how they work on cardstock from my printer. Let's see how they work on Art Matters. Now the page that we're doing in Art Matters is this one here. It says, which has left me with a healthy respect and fondness for higher education, that those of my friends and family who attended universities were cured of long ago. Looking back, I've had a remarkable ride. I'm not sure I can call it a career, because a career implies that I had some kind of career plan, and I never did. All right, so we're going to color him graduating. So we're going to put our big clip on here so that we can hold it still. Now, let's see, we need some gray. So let's do our buildings in the background. Just going to put in a little bit of definition with number 724. These are the university buildings. It's funny, some of them just look like churches. I'm not quite sure what university he attended. So So I'm just putting in some darker gray. I'm going to grab a black and put in the much darker areas. So there's windows and doors here, so that's why I cleaned that up a bit. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. There's a building back there as well. So this is very sketched. It's not a full drawing. It's very sketchy. So we're just going through with the black and filling in some areas. Now, I'm assuming that this is a building here, a gate here. I'm not sure if this is a building or what that is, but this is a building here. Using the black to enhance the areas furthest back on this building. Okay. Now we're going to take our lighter gray and we're going to fill that in. Because it is all in the background. It's all page filler, basically. We want to concentrate on him more. So we're just going over with the gray, the light gray. And then we'll add some darker gray as well. All right, now we're going to add the medium tone gray. And do that as well. Like so. All right, I think I need a little bit more of this. We're just going to color this whole area, except for the area there, because I do believe that that's a misty kind of area, and I don't really want to color it the wrong color, so I'm going to leave that alone for a little bit. And we're just going to surface color, sketchy color, all of the background with the same color, except for the cloud area there. Like that. I know it's really light and you can't see it, but you will when I'm done. Now I need the white, and we're going to go through the gate and up through here and down through here. Like so. And then we're going to do black on his gown here. And then we'll do his, yeah, we'll do it in black. So I'm putting down a layer of gray first, because I don't know what school he's graduating from. Oh, sorry, my hand cramped up. Hold on 1 minute. Oh. I hate it when it does that. Does not make my life fun. It's hard to color when your hand is all crampy. So I'm putting down a layer of number 724, which is a dark gray, or a medium gray, I should say. Just because I'm going to be using that for highlights for his gown. We're going to be coloring his gown black, but we want the highlights to be in there. All right. Like so. And then we're going to take the black and we're going to start adding the color of the gown right over top of the gray in the darkest of areas, leaving some of those areas with that lighter gray color. Oh, sorry, was off screen. It's because my hand's cramping and I was trying not to have it all crampy on screen because it looks kind of deformed when it decides to curl up. In this area here, we're going to do dark. This area here, we're going to do darker because that's where his arm is. This is the edge of his gown. Now I do believe his gown is open here. Going darker in the edges, this sleeve, and up under the collar. Like I said, I don't know what school he went to, so I don't know what color to do his collar. So we're going to do his gown black and we'll do his collar purple because it's one of those prestigious colors. All universities have their own color setting. Some have purple, some have gold, some have silver, some have blue. It all depends upon what school. So I'm just going to go through. Leave that light color there. like so. Alright, then we're going to come down here, do the same thing. Alright, now we're going to take a couple of purples. I want a dark purple and then a lighter purple. So let's start with 754. That's what we're going to start with. And it is a very dark purple. And then we're going to do his cap with 754 as well. In the shadows. And then we're going to use 771, which is more of a royal purple kind of color. And it is a little bit lighter than the other one. Like so. And then we're going to use the black on the edge here. And the tassels. And then we'll use the purple 771 for his tie. A little bit of gray on his shirt here. For those shadows down here as well. And then some white. Purple buttons. That. Okay. So there is his outfit done. Let's do his skin tones. So we need I need this one, which is 723. We're going to start with his shadow areas. Now I'm trying to do this with the least amount of pencils because this is not a coloring book. This is a physical, like an actual reading book. Coloring books are physical books too. But this is an actual reading book. So we want it to be colored, but we don't want to use too many different pencils to do that because the paper just won't take it. Right, that's his middle finger there. He's flipping off the school. Alright, now we're going to use number 781 on top of that one, just to give a little bit more of a deeper tone in some of the areas. Like down here as well. And then we're going to use 780. Just to bring it all together. Like so. Alright, so there's his skin tone. Now for his glasses, we're going to take a bit of that purple, and I'm going to sharpen this because I want it really, really sharp. Now these pencils are a little bit harder. The black wood is a little bit harder than than pine or whatever whatever everybody else is using for the light colored wood pencils. The black wood does seem to have a little bit more strength to it when trying to sharpen it. Alright, so we've got some black ridge on there, and then we're going to come over it with the blue, and we're just going to put some blue on there. So we've got some purple in there and then some blue, like so. Now for his hair, we're going to start with 714 because he is a redhead and he's got all his hair tied up in the back there. And then we're going to go in with some red. It's not a lot of hair, so. And then we're going to go in with 701. Like so. Alright. Now for the parchment there, we've got number 785. We're just going to color the whole parchment, except for the ribbon, in 785. And we'll color the ribbon with some red. Probably be purple, but it's alright. And then we're going to take 722, and we're just going to put some shadows and movement on the parchment a little bit of an edge, just to show that it's round because it's rolled up in a tube. Then we got shadow from his hand and down here. Like so. Now we've got a bit of shirt showing down here, so we're just going to fill that in. And there we have it. Now I'm just going to take a little bit more of a white gray. Actually, let's do it in this blue. It's a really light blue gray. Going to put it through the sharpener here. And we're going to put in the clouds. But it's not stormy cloudy. It's just those silver lining kind of clouds, you know? And then we're going to take this gray. So this is 763. And we're just going to blend in to that blue. And fill in the cloud area here. Like so. Alright, and then we'll take a little bit of the blue, 793, and we'll just go above this line here, and we'll just put in a blue sky. Very sketchy, right over top of the buildings. Like so. I don't know if that's that might be a road too. We can do that a little bit darker. Let's add a bit of a darker brown to it. Do that as a bit of a road maybe, instead of there we go. That's better. That's better. Adds a little bit more color. Alright, now we're going to switch over to the main camera so you can see him in his graduation outfit and glory. It says, which has left me with a healthy respect and fondness for higher education, that those of my friends and family who attended universities were cured of long ago. Looking back, I've had a remarkable ride. I'm not sure I can call it a career, because a career implies that I had some kind of career plan, and I never did. So there he is in his graduation gown, all finished with the university and becoming a writer. The next page that we will be coloring is this one here. And we will do that on next Monday. Alright guys, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the walkthrough of the black Faber Castell Eco Supersoft color pencils. They are a 100, do come in up to a 100 set, and they do become available on Amazon US. These are a Brazilian pencil, so if you are from Brazil or have access to Brazilian stores, you may be able to find these a little bit easier. Now I will let you know that they do run with water. They do blend beautifully. They do a full rainbow blend as well as a progression blend, and they do smudge. So make sure that you seal your pages with a blender before going over any of them with a anything with a wet base, a water base. So they are bonded all the way down the pencil. So just like Faber Castell polychromos, when you break one, you don't fracture the entire core. You can easily sharpen past it. The full set, like I said, is created for the Brazilian market. And there is no information on the formulation of these. I do believe that they feel wax-based, but most of polychromo stuff is oil-based, but I'm not absolutely positive on any of that. I purchased them for $62.98, which equals approximately 63 cents a pencil, which is pretty good. All right, guys, with that, I would like to say thank you all very much for watching and remind you to always like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artist that you enjoy. And always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. Until next time, bye-bye for now.